2 times a year, we do a special Over the Horizon offering, and our next one is Sunday, April the 14th. All of those funds will go directly to work here on our facility. But before I talk to you about that, I want to give you a little background, because one thing leads to the other. A couple of years ago, our elders, our leaders began to prayerfully consider next steps when it comes to vision and facility. And we asked the question, how can we penetrate even deeper into our community? We're penetrating our community, but we want to be even deeper. We want to go out there because we believe that lost people matter to God. And so as we were praying collectively, God began to put something in our heart to do. We weren't sure exactly what to do with it at first. And after a couple of months, Alvin said, well, what about something like, not exactly like, but like we did at our business successfully a few years ago. And so the idea is that UDAC would partner with local businesses to provide a community counselor and chaplain. This chaplain would work outside of the church, out in the community, but also in the businesses, available to the business's employees and their families, if they so desire, if they wish that. I'm going to ask Alvin to give us one story about what happened in their business through this.
Actually, I have several instances. The brother of one of our employees was dying of cancer, and though they hadn't really discussed anything with the chaplain, they asked him to conduct a funeral. A prospective employee had been sexually abused by her father for years, and though they regularly attended a church, it was too embarrassing to talk about it there, so she phoned their chaplain before she even started working for us. Another employee's father was dying and in the hospital on life support, and they had to work with the chaplain through the issues of what happens when you take a loved one off life support. Another employee, a single mother, was helped simply by doing her taxes for the first time in 3 years. She received over $3,500 in child care credit. And finally, on a brighter note, 2 of our employees wanted to get married, and guess who they turned to do the wedding ceremony? The chaplain. Thank you.
I've shared this idea with a number of the leaders of our 114 Alliance churches here in Alberta, and they're excited about it. They believe it's an idea that's highly reproducible in other churches. So as a church, we're taking a faith step to move outside the walls of the church because we believe lost and hurting people matter to God. That step then leads to other steps. We've all noticed that UDAC is growing. More than 20% last year, and already more than 10% this year. 8 years ago, we added the balcony, and we did that so that the onset of 2 services would be delayed somewhat. But now we're noticing that it's starting to get crowded out here in our lobby. And so we want to do some work out here, and we want to provide a place where people will want to stick around and build community. We want to facilitate ongoing and continued growth. We want to make maximum use of our current facility, and we want to provide a highly functioning, very flexible, well-appointed, nice environment. So we're going to be working on 4 areas, some of which have not been touched for more than 35 years. The pictures that you're looking at now are in concept form only. We plan on expanding the lobby by removing the fellowship room wall, moving the coffee station and one of the doors and redecorating. Secondly, we're going to make the library into a dedicated classroom and meeting room. Thirdly, we're going to build a large storage space just outside of the gym. And lastly, we're going to turn the gym into a true multi-purpose area. So again, the goals are to make it highly functional, very flexible, nicely appointed, warm, and inviting. Our next Over the Horizon offering on Sunday, April the 14th, will go in its entirety towards this project, towards ongoing architectural work and continued open steps. We may even begin some preliminary construction this summer. By the fall, we will have finished plans and contractor bids. So how does this offering work? It's meant to be in addition to our regular offering, what you give to the church or to missions. We'll provide you with a special envelope, or you can just use a regular envelope and write building or over the horizon on it. You can give before or even after April 14th if you want to. But we're inviting everyone to prayerfully consider what God would have us give as we work together for Over the Horizon on Sunday, April the 14th.